Hello everyone, Chicken here, welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. Now after yesterday's, or last episode's, enormous success, the cat. Never work with animals. Right. Yeah, I didn't cut that just because of so you can hear that. After last episode's enormous success, I'm going to make it better so it doesn't run out of fuel. Something I realised was I think you can attach fuel tanks to wings like this. Yeah, you can. These tanks. So if I just calculate the mass, or not calculate, just look. That's 2.5 for a fuel tank. This is 0.3. Okay, that's significantly lighter. Will we have enough thrust? Ooh. Something else I could do is actually get rid of that jet engine and the aviation fuel there, and replace it with another tank of rocket fuel. What's the mass of that? So I'd be adding a lot of mass to it if I replace them with fuel tanks. And by a lot, I mean a lot. So that might not work. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Well, all I need to do is make these detachable. I'll turn symmetry back on and add radial decouplers, because I don't think there are any other decouplers at the moment apart from the stack decoupler. Well, no decouplers that are particularly good for wings. Yeah, that's alright. Just so I can get rid of them so they don't end up using the jet engine. And do I want a drop tank or something? Because something I was thinking of was actually making this section of the wing raised up slightly for extra stability, and then the top part going along the other way so that was flat, and then having a drop tank underneath one of them, so that the jet engine would be underneath, so you could just drop it and you'd still keep the wings. Let's just try this anyway. Let's just see how good it is in the air. Actually, that's something else. I need to put some RCS on. Oops. On there, and some RCS thrusters, just to make sure that we can come back. No, they should be under here. There, yes they are. I'm just not looking. There we go. Okay. Yeah, RCS thrusters on it so that we can move around easier in space. Yes, hello cat. Okay, slightly imbalanced, but oh well, oops. Very imbalanced. That'll do. And oh yeah, and some landing gear in the middle section here, or on the wings here. That's the one. Oops, symmetry. Oh, lost the landing gear now. No, I haven't. It's somewhere. Hold on. Just trying to attach these. There we go. Okay. So all those three will be used to touch down. These are just for taking off. Yeah. Okay. That's where it went. Okay. Let's just rearrange stuff. Oh yeah, do I want more fuel? Because the last one, it worked, but it could only go into very, very, very low orbit, really. Although there was the problem with the extra weight and the aviation fuel. The rocket's using the aviation fuel when it came down because of I hadn't rearranged them properly, and it would have worked otherwise. So wait, where's the rocket engines there? These oh, they're already down there. Okay, that's fine. These four. Yeah, okay, that's okay. Just a bit worried about this bit here because I've already proved last episode that it's not the most stable, or not the most easy to turn when you're coming back in. Can I actually put another delta wing onto there at all, or do the RCS? Let's just get away. Oh, hang on a minute, you can put them there. So that's going a bit stupid. There we go. Oops, that's not on straight. There we go. Okay. It wasn't timing. I always forget that. Let's try that then. Let's launch it. So on these engines to fire. Ooh, hang on a sec. They're only being held on by radial decouplers. Oh, it's night time. They're only being held on by radial decouplers. I just want to add a couple of struts onto there just to be sure. No, not one of them. Actually, those swept-back wings are completely useless. Never, ever, ever use them. So they're just terrible. There we go, that should be enough. Yeah, any engine you attach onto them is going to be wonky. And point towards the tail, making the tail explode. That was actually quite funny when that happened. Okay, so I want to disable the flow here of this tank. Mouse out of the way. SAS is on. Throttle up. I realised also, looking back at that last episode, or one of the other episodes anyway, I'd accidentally, I'm not sure how I did it, but I accidentally didn't throttle all the way up. It never actually took off or got up to speed because I was actually going too slowly, because I wasn't fast enough, basically, which is a bit annoying. Someone calling me on Skype. Hold on one second. Okay, it turns out that was being called on Skype, but the volume was so low that you wouldn't have been able to hear it, so that's fine. Now, wait a minute. The hell? Did I just put the landing gear in? I am such a numpty. Should I restart the flight? The wings are bending rather alarmingly. Nah, let's go. Let's see if they fall off. This is Kerbal Space Program. Nothing happens. Why nothing happen? Oh gosh. I think I know why. I think rockets' engines only take fuel if they're from tanks, if there are wings between them. Like they were taking fuel from the tanks because they were connected to the wings that were connected to the tanks. Like there's fuel lines running through the wings, whereas that wasn't the case just then. So I might have to put some fuel lines on there just to make sure that they're receiving fuel. Oh, hang on a second. Symmetry. There we go. Okay, let's just try that. Clear the runway. At least we know the wings detach. That's always a good thing. And because they are supposed to detach. I mean, it's not a good thing if wings are detachable when they're not supposed to be. Okay, disable the flow of that. And mouse out the way, throttle up, and go. There we go, works perfectly there. Okay. speed. Pitch back. Gracefully take off. Put the landing gear in. Glitch it out a little bit. That was slightly alarming. I've bent the wings. Oh gosh, it's actually flexing the wings. Okay, hold it there. Yeah, it's actually flexing the wings a bit alarmingly. I think I'll have to put some more struts on there. This one works pretty well, actually. We already know that it goes into space. So now it's just the test to see whether we've improved it at all. I've improved it even. Oh gosh, it's actually pushing the wings pretty far forwards there. Look at that. That's a bit of a mess. Yeah, more struts. Lots more struts. That one's spent. Oops, that way. I'm start to go off to the side a little bit. Oh, here we go, we're really accelerating now. We're out of the thicker atmosphere. It wants to go up. That's not a good thing. I want to keep it at 90. How much fuel have we got left? Okay, we're at our last tank of fuel. It was at this point that we actually got into orbit last time. There we are. Okay. Actually, I'm going to slightly fight with it to keep it at 90. Because it doesn't want to. Okay, that's in orbit now. I'll just bring it up to... okay, fine, no I won't. Oh. We've run out of fuel. Why have we run out of fuel? Let's just eject those engines now then. I should have ejected them a bit earlier. Actually get That's why. Okay, this is actually scary now. Pull up. Pull up. Oh gosh. I'm so sensitive. Pulling up, we're pulling up. Oh gosh, that was a bit scary. That was actually a little bit hairy there. Obviously, we need more re-entry practice. Still going pretty fast, actually. Let's just get down to... Oh, that's why we're time warping. Let's just try and turn around. Oops. I'll have enough fuel for this. I think normally this flies at about 250 meters a second, just normally. Yep. Let's time warp again. That was a little hairy. I think what you need to do is actually point your nose into the direction that you're falling and then pull out of it as if you're pulling out of a dive. Taking it around slightly. There. I said slightly. Okay, there we go, we're level now. I'm not sure about the roughness of the terrain though. Okay. Let's throttle down. Landing gear out. Yeah, we're going to land on land. Slowing down a lot. Okay, now that we're definitely going to land on land, I'll just throttle down. See if we can land on the coast. A little wonky. There we go. Keep it at about, descent at about 10 meters a second. Or minus 10 meters a second. And at about 60 meters a second, that's good. And this other way. Now we don't have as much lift as we did last time, but we have a lot less weight. And we have more lift than we did with the last incarnation of this plane that did this flight anyway, that looks very similar to this now. Basically it's the same without the delta wings. Okay, here we go, we're coming up to the ground now. Slow down a bit more, let's just hold the pitch up very slightly. Falling at just over 5 meters a second. 5 meters a second. I've never used the vertical speed indicator much with the rockets, but with the planes it's essential to make sure you're not falling too fast when you're landing. Okay, let's get that down. Stand by with the B key. And there we go. Perfect landing. How about that? Okay, that could not have gone more. That landing could not have gone more perfectly if I tried. But, however, we didn't actually get into orbit, which was what I was kind of hoping, because we did it last time, but we didn't do it this time. And I think that the reason is probably just weight. Okay, that was a bit odd. Let's just fold up landing gear completely. Okay. I think it was a question of weight, because we had slightly more weight than we did last time, so that might have made a lot of difference with actually punching out of the atmosphere. Because it was a little tight, very tight on fuel anyway last time. So I think I just need an extra tank of fuel, really. Okay, I want to do the drop tank configuration though. I'll try that slightly more seagull winged approach next time. Anyway, this has been a rather gentle video today. Yeah, that's all normal. 5Gs. A little bit odd. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.